We mentioned these items before, and we mentioned too that the test is really about understanding, not rote memorization. Nonetheless, there are some things that you need to get memorized ahead of time, and a couple of these you want to get memorized very early on in the game, and you have to memorize these things in order to reach the level of understanding that's going to be needed. So the first order of business is, as I said earlier, memorize page 25 in the PMP guide, the process matrix. And again, I said there are some nice videos at the end of the website in the summary videos section that provide you some nice techniques for memorizing the process matrix. So do get started with that very early in your training. It'll help you assimilate and absorb all the information we're going to be throwing at you in these different class sections in these different videos. There's also a key equation sheet, so about 13, 14 different equations. Most of them are earned value equations, and you're going to need to have those memorized also for the test. And the third dash there is, sounds like it's a big ask, and I guess it is a big ask, but to me it's pretty key. There are 49 processes. Most of these processes have only one or two key outputs, and I want you to memorize these outputs. The reason is, if you know the output of the process, you know its goal, you know its purpose. Once you know that, then you can work your way back. Then you can do reverse engineering, if you will, and work your way back to the key tools and techniques, and then to the key inputs. And once that all makes sense, then you're going to do very well on the practice test. You're going to do very well on the real exam. So do get these things memorized. Here is the GUI, or the graphical user interface, for the test application, for the test screen. So in the top right-hand corner, they're going to show you the time, how much time you have left on the exam. So that's going to start at 4 hours and start counting down. And then in the top left, they're going to show you what question you're currently on. So you can put those two pieces of information together to gauge your progress. And you really want to be doing that throughout the test and make sure you're on track to finish this test with probably 15 minutes to spare, ideally maybe 20 minutes to spare. You don't want to be on track to finish right at the 4-hour mark. Why? What's going to happen if you are on track to finish right at the 4-hour mark? What's going to happen in that last 20 minutes, that last half hour? Panic is going to set in. You're going to be worried that you're not going to finish, and nothing good happens when we're all stressed and when we're panicking. And actually, it goes deeper than that too. You want to be very careful even at the beginning of the test, even in the first hour. It's going to be amazing how fast the time goes by on this test, and especially this first hour. And if an hour is gone by and you're only on question 35, again, what's going to happen? You're going to start panicking, because if everything was proportional and you were where you should be to get everything done at the 4-hour mark, you should be at question 50 and you're only at question 35, and nothing good is going to happen. Again, you're going to start panicking, getting all stressed out, and it's all going to kind of slide downhill from there. We're not going to do our best job. We're not going to remember as well. We're not going to think as clearly in that type of scenario. So in the middle of the screen, they have the question and then 4 possible answers. So it's all multiple choice, and there are 4 multiple choice answers. So I know most of you have been reading ahead and have read a number of chapters in the PMP guide, and a lot of you just know some things about quality and quality methodologies and the processes anyway. So let's look at this question. Which of the following is not a tool and technique that's used in perform quality control? Which of course are talking about control quality. Again, they're not literal. They might not give you exactly the literal name of the process. So which of the following is not a tool and technique used in control quality? A, Pareto charts, B, Ishikawa diagrams, C, quality audits, D, scatter diagrams. So what do you think? Which is the answer that is most out of bounds? Well, you might be thinking Pareto charts aren't a tool and technique in control charts, in control quality. But the thing that sticks out the most is quality audits. Quality audits don't belong at all to control quality. They're the key tool and technique that is used in quality assurance. You might say, well, Pareto charts aren't listed there either. Yeah, you're right. They're not literally there, but histograms are, and Pareto charts are one of their favorite types of histograms. So in another way, Pareto charts are there, and we need to kind of think outside the lines of that strict answer and realize that that could be part of control quality too. So our answer is quality audits. If we were fuzzy on this and we weren't really sure of our answer, we might want to mark this question, meaning save it in a special list so we could get back to it quickly, get it back to this easily sometime in the future, or perhaps at the end of the test, we've got that 15 or 20 minutes to review things, and we're going to come back and review perhaps 10, 15 questions that we've marked, and this is one of them. So we click on mark here at this time to save it. And then later at the end of the test, we click on review, and that throws us into a new screen, the review screen, which I'm not showing you a picture of here, but the review screen is very, very simple. It's just listing, it will list off all 200 questions, and by the side of each question, it'll just give you the question number. It won't give you an excerpt or part of the question itself to identify it. So you just have the question number, but they've got several flags for each question to say, did you answer the question? And the next flag is, did you mark it? So we might see that question 53 was marked, and then we click on that number and it takes us back to this screen. Perhaps it was this question, and now we can review our answer, change our mind if we want, and move on. So by the way, you should only change your answers when you're very, very sure. Don't doubt yourself. Trust, in most cases, trust your initial instincts, your gut instincts on things. Only change your answers when you're absolutely sure. If you're changing more than probably 10, 15% of your answers, you're hurting yourself. I can guarantee you're hurting yourself, and you're changing correct answers into wrong answers.